Hello everybody, happy Frog Friday. My name is Carly and today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I've got my computer and my Dr. Pepper Zero, so I'm ready to go. I have the questions and my story graph pulled up on the computer, so that's what I will be using it for. Also, update, if you've been waiting for the onion video, I'm planning on filming it outside and it's been raining like non-stop where I live, so I'm just waiting for the rain to stop so I can go outside to film this thing because yes, I will be in public eating this onion. It's still happening. You can still hold me accountable for it. I didn't forget. I'm not trying to brush it off. Okay, so question number 1 is best book you've read so far in 2023. For this one, I'm gonna head over to my 5-star section of Story Graph because I've actually read a lot of good books recently. Well, I can put the last book I read on there, Battle Royale, 5 stars, up there on my top books of the year. I guess while I'm at it, this can kind of be a June reading wrap up as well because so far in June, Battle Royale is the only book that I've read. I am now in a reading slump. I have not picked up another book since. Literally only that one book, 600 pages. Loved it. There's no reason I should be in a slump right now, but I am, so, you know. I'm thinking about starting The Stand and trying to finish it before July starts, because isn't that what everyone does when they're in a slump? They start a 1,200 page book. Maybe not my brightest idea, but we'll see. Anyways, back to the question. So best books that I've read so far in 2023. Battle Royale's up there. Under the Dome, Pines by Blake Crouch. The Martian was pretty good. House Across the Lake. This Is Where We Talk Things Out. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Those were all really good books. Best sequel you've read so far in 2023. Well, considering I have not read any sequels so far in 2023, I guess I don't have an answer for that question. Question number 3, new release you haven't read yet but want to. Riley Sager's new book, The Only One Left. I definitely want to get to that one soon. Some other ones that I can think of off the top of my head. I've heard really good things about Pinata. Mayfly was also just released. Is Head like a whole, I don't know if that was this year or last year, but that one I still need to read. I think The Nightmare Man was this year. I want to get to that. Yeah. Those are some new releases I need to get to. Question number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I don't really keep up to date on future releases. I just kind of hear about them as they come out, but the only one I can think of right now that I know about is the new Catriona Ward, or is it just Katrina? The Through the Looking Glass Sound. I think that comes out next month or sometime this summer, I believe. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else is coming out throughout the year. I'll figure it out when I get there. Oh, I lied. Also, Stephen King's new book that comes out in September, Holly. Definitely going to be reading that when it comes out. Question number 5 is biggest disappointment. So for biggest disappointment, I think I could put Alice Isn't Dead. Just kind of mediocre. I already forgot everything about it, even though I just read it last month. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I didn't like that one at all, and that one was so hyped up. I thought I was going to love that. Sign Here. I thought the premise was really good. Ended up being bored by it, other than the descriptions of what hell was like. Oh yeah, Scorched Grace, that's another one. I really wanted to like that Sister Holiday murder mystery, but the mystery was just so boring. It was just, who's the arson in the neighborhood who keeps catching these buildings on fire? I don't care. Salem's Lot. I was very disappointed by Salem's Lot. Although I didn't really have high expectations for it because I don't care about vampires, but it is one of his most popular books and everyone seems to love it, so I was really hoping to like that one. Same with The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. I really wanted to like that. I was confused and lost during the whole thing. Didn't like it. And The Island, a thriller that a lot of people tend to love. Takes place in Australia, which is a place I really want to go to. Usually if it's on an island, I'm gonna love it, but I just didn't connect with it at all. Didn't care about any of the characters. Storyline was whatever. Audiobook was great. Had like extra sound effects and stuff, but the actual plot itself I didn't care about. Question number 6 is biggest surprise. Maybe Mr. Mercedes. For some reason I didn't think I was gonna like that book, but I ended up giving it 5 stars. Read the whole series. Oh, I guess I lied. For question number 2, which was the best sequel you've read so far, I did read one sequel this year, and it was the Mr. Mercedes second book, Finders Keepers. So that was my answer to that one. What else was surprising for me this year? Toothworms. The fact that I even read that was a pretty big surprise for me. Question 7 is favorite new author, either new to you or debut author. For this one, the first one that comes to my mind is Eric LaRocca. I still don't know how to say his name. I really need to figure that out. Oh, that's another one I lied about. I do know he just came out with another book. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Everything the Darkness Eats or something like that. It was like just released, so that one I really want to read as well. But I read a couple of his books this year and I really like his writing. Who else did I find that I really liked this year? T. Kingfisher. I read What Moves the Dead and The Hollow Places this year, and I really like her writing style. Particularly the characters that she writes. They feel like real people and they are very quirky. And I guess I could put Grady Hendrix on there since I read like 4 of his books this year and I've liked pretty much all of them. Question 8 is newest fictional crush. I don't know if I have any because I read horror. I don't read romance books, so I don't think anyone really applies to that question. Yeah, I cannot think of anyone that would apply to that question. And then question 9, newest favorite character. Question 9 is newest favorite character. I'm trying to think if any come to mind right now. In Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the 2 main characters, Arthur Dent and the alien guy, Ford Prefect, is that his name? Ford Prefect. Other than that, again, I read horror, so it's kind of hard to have a favorite character because they usually just die. Oh, also Wireman from Doohickey, Stephen King's Doohickey, the neighbor that Edgar Fremantle meets down in Florida. He's great, muchacho. Number 10, book that made you cry. First of all, I've never read a book that's made me cry. I've tried. I've read A Little Life, okay? And that didn't make me cry, so I don't know if anything will. But is there anything that got me close to crying? No, nothing got me close to crying this year, so don't have an answer to that one. Number 11 is book that made you happy. Once again, that is a hard one because I read horror. In the Lives of Puppets, that's a really cute one by T.J. Klune. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, very funny. I love that type of like dry, sarcastic, witty humor. Yeah. Those made me happy. Number 12 is the most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. Pretty much everything you see here I have bought this year. I don't have a lot of pretty books though. I mean, I like my Life Cycle of Frogs books. I don't think it's that pretty to anyone though, but I like that one. This one's pretty cool. It still has the price sticker on it, but I told you guys before, Rant by Chuck Palahniuk, but this one was solely a cover buy. I really like that cover. And I have one more in a book haul video that I will be doing. Question 13, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I feel like I just bought, like some of these I gotta read by the end of the year. So I gotta read Rant. I gotta read The Curator and Flux since I got those 2 signed. I wanna read The Stand by the end of the year. I need to read The Gunslinger by the end of the year. I need to read something by Keelan Patrick Burke by the end of this year. I've heard great things about him and I somehow still haven't read any of his books so far, so I need to get one of his done, not sure what yet. As well as a book by Joe Hill. I need to try his books out. And then question 14 is favorite video. Is this like favorite video of mine or favorite video that I've seen from other people? I'm boring, so I like to see people's Stephen King ranking videos, like ranking every Stephen King book. Those are some of my favorite videos. From mine, I like the smut covers. That was a great video. And that is all of the questions. That's all for this video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It really helps. And you can see me eat a full onion sometime, hopefully in the next couple weeks if it ever stops raining here. Comment down below your most anticipated release for the rest of the year because I need to find out about more good books that are going to be coming out throughout the rest of the year. And for today's frog fact, I'm going to be talking about Pippa Pippa, which is a scientific name for the Suriname toad. Real quick, I am giving a warning for anyone that has that fear. I believe it's called trypophobia, where you're afraid of a bunch of little holes. If you have that fear, I'm giving you a few seconds. Leave this video. You don't need to watch this fact. This one is not for you. Okay, you've gotten your warning. So the Pippa Pippa, this particular frog, when it has its babies, it basically sticks them onto the mom's backs. It takes their like feet and it puts the eggs onto their back, and then the skin on the mom's back grows over top of these eggs, and they each are encased in this little skin pouch on the back of the mom's back. And then once they're ready to be hatched, they just kind of burst out of the mom's back. They like crawl out of the back. It is pretty gross looking to most people, but I think it's a pretty interesting adaptation that that particular frog species has. And I actually have this book. Even though the cover is not all that amazing, I would actually put this under my prettiest book purchase of the year because I forgot about it, but it's this giant book filled with colored plates from 1734 to 1765, which are basically just these drawings or paintings of different animals that were done in the 1700s, and then they were put into prints and like scanned and put into this book, and it's pretty sick. But there's one particular page, so that is the Pippa Pippa, where the babies pop out of the back. Now that I've scarred you with that, I am done with the video, so I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.